So first we are going to start with a cube. We are going to delete the camera and the sun. After that we are going to add subdivision surface modifier to our cube. Go to add modifier and add subdivision surface. Then we are going to click this arrow right here and hit apply. So now we will have more vertices to play with. After that we are going to again add subdivision surface to our scene, and we are going to increase our view to 3 and then click this on case button right there. Alright, so now right click and then click set smooth. Now it's time to extrude. We select these two button faces and extrude E and select Z, so it gets extruded in Z axis. And now hit Ctrl R and add a loop. Now we are going to add more loops. So we have this I loop. We are going to add one on the top and two on the bottom. We added one on top, and now we are adding two loops on the bottom of the I ring right there. Okay, now we are going to select our middle edge loop. Just hit shift select and double click, then the whole loop will be selected. If you can't do that, go to select loops and edge loop. In that way you can select the loop as well. Now it's time to bevel, so hit Ctrl B and drag it a little further, so we will have two more loops instead of the one middle loop. Now it's time to add more loops on the side, so go to side and add Ctrl R, one loop right there. It's time to now work on our eyes loop, so go to face select mode and select all the 10 faces. We are going to extrude this face as well, so hit E and scale a little, just a little, then go to side view and bring it little forward. You can also smooth it, so select Ctrl plus and go to vertices mode and right click and smooth vertices. It's optional, you don't need to do that. Okay, so we have our eye loop fixed. Now we are going to extrude the mouth area to bring more loops to our mouth. Select these 9 faces. We hit E one time and we hit E once again, second time and third time, and we are going to scale it in Z axis just a little bit. It's optional as well. Now that we have done all this, we are going to work on our nose. For the nose loop we are going to select 11 faces. So select these 3 faces first. It is the face we get after second extrusion of our mouth, and on the middle way we are going to select 8 more faces, so 11 faces are selected. After that we are going to hit E to extrude and scale it a little bit. So now we are going to bring this middle face forward because it's going to be tip of our nose. Let's bring these remaining as well. Let's select all these and bring it a little forward. So this is going to be tip of our nose. Now we are going to bevel some of edges. So go to edge mode and select these edges just on the border line, just like this. And we are going to hit Ctrl and B and scale it just a little bit. So now we have extra vertices. It's time to finally extrude tip of our nose, so go to the face mode and select the 10 faces that makes tip of nose, just like this. Now we are going to hit E for extrude. Just move it to appropriate place slightly. Now we are going to select these 3 faces on the bottom and extrude it. Hit E and scale it just a little. Then we will select the corner face and extrude it above. This is going to be our nose hole. so extrude it upwards. Here comes the most difficult part now. Here you can see this loop going from top and to the side like this. What we need to focus on is this face right here. We will go to our modifiers tab and disable our on case option right there with our face selected, and go to the vertex mode, go to the X-ray mode, and then you will see the face has 4 vertices. What we are going to do is we are going to connect each vertices on the diagonal right here like this, just one diagonal. We are going to make a diagonal from one vertices to other like this. Let's enable our on case mode again and see how it looks. Now we are going to delete these two, so select these 2 vertices and hit X and then select dissolve edges. Do that once again with another vertices here as well. Select 2 vertices, hit X and dissolve edges. This will give us a perfect loop for our nose. After that, we have this loop creating problems as well. Let's simply delete these 2 faces. We are going to select our 4 edges and fill them. We filled our first 4 edges. Select the remaining 4 edges and hit F to fill. Actually, we are not focusing in other side of our face because we are going to be adding mirror modifier later. So all the things we do in right will be copied to left as well. So just hit Ctrl R and add a middle loop right there like that. And then we go to vertex mode and then scale it in x-axis, so it will all be aligned in the center. Now we are going to rip the vertices apart. So we select B, but we are going to hit our right key of mouse. Now what we do is we select one vertex from the other side, then we keep hitting Ctrl plus on our keypad. Then we are going to hit X and delete all the vertices. Now it's time to add our modifier. Go to modifier and add mirror modifier. So now we have added our mirror modifier, and here we can see gap in the loops, so hit Ctrl R and fill up the gap with a new loop right there. Go to our face mode, select these 6 faces right there, which are going to be our mouth. And as you can see, while I extrude, things are not working as it is, so you go to mirror modifier and hit the clipping check thing right there. So this will make sure our extrusion goes normal. So extrude it once again. Extrude it one last time towards the inside. Now it's time to fix our eyes. So we are going to select these 6 faces for our eyes and hit E for extrude, scale it a little. Again hit E for extrude, scale it a little. Let's scale it in Z axis, and this is going to be our eye for now. So select these 3 faces and extrude it and scale it a little, and scale it on the Y axis as well. So select S and then scale it in Y axis. Now we are going to extrude it outside, so just hit extrude outside. Let's fix the shape of ear just a little. So bring the face up. Now we are going to select these 3 faces and extrude it inside. Extrude and scale it just a little. Extrude it once again, then extrude it inside. So this is going to be our ear. Now we have our basic shapes of head completed. It's time to extrude our neck. For extruding our neck, we are going to select these 8 vertices like this. Then hit E for extrude and scale it just a little bit. Then we are going to smooth our vertices. Hit Ctrl plus, go to vertex mode, right click and then hit smooth vertices. Again smooth vertices. Now we are going to go to face mode and select all these vertices that we extruded, which are about 8, and extrude it downwards. Rotate it just a little to fix the shape. Don't focus on anatomy right now. We are just focusing on the required loops. Extrude it 3 more times. Scale it in x-axis just a little bit, and now we have our head ready. Let's make shoulders and back a little, so extrude those last 8 vertices again and scale them and grab them to the desired location and extrude them again. This will make a base for our soldier just a little bit. So this completes all the necessary loops that we require for a face. Now we can apply our mirror modifier. So go to object mode and hit apply by clicking the arrow. So now we have our face loops ready with shapes to be fixed. Right now anatomy is horrible, as you may see, but things will get better, so don't worry.